Good morning, student. Today in our class, we will start a new chapter from our half-yearly syllabus, Our Earth, a Small Planet. Today we will discuss about the Earth constituent and our interconnected world. Okay, so let's start. Earth constituent. What is Earth constituent? Air, water, land, all the living things make up the four parts or the constituent of the earth environment. Okay, life on the earth is possible because of the present heat and the light of the sun, and also present the air and water. Okay, so that's why the life is possible on the earth. And these four constituents are always connected with each other. Now, why we call the earth is a small planet? The earth is a small planet because these four constituents are connected in many ways, and if something happened within one constituent, then it will be affect even that is even that is place that are far away from what happened in the others constituent. As an example, I can say when an earthquake happen, its effect on people, animal, plants, and it can be felt even in the place that are far away from the epicenter. So that is why we say that the earth is a small planet. Okay. And our next point is our interconnected world. Natural disaster, as an example, I can say. Disaster, like example, I can say earthquake, volcanic eruptions. They can have the far-reaching effect on the earth constitution. For example, I can say in March 2011, a very severe earthquake happened off the coast of the Japanese island, but it was felt in Russia and China too. Okay, it also caused a tsunami with the waves over the 10 meters high. The earthquake and the tsunami caused major damage in Japan, and many thousands were killed, and many thousands were more injured and left homeless. This tsunami also raced away at the speed of 800 km per hour to the distant places. Island in the eastern Pacific Oceans, the west coast of North America, even the coast of Antarctica, where it's broken off the edge of the frozen continent. Only due to this earthquake which is happened in the Japanese island. Okay. That mean water, land, and living things were all affected by the natural disaster. Okay.
Hazardous effects of earthquakes. In this module, you will learn about the hazardous effects of earthquakes. An earthquake is the sudden shaking of the Earth's surface. It is one of the worst natural hazards, and unfortunately, it is a frequent enough occurrence all over the world. The vast majority of earthquakes are too mild to be felt. However, the severe ones can be disastrous, causing great damage to life and property. Let's study the disastrous effects of earthquakes. One of the most disastrous effects of earthquakes is loss of life and property. One such example, which springs to mind in recent years, is the Gujarat earthquake on 26 January 2001. Earthquakes can also cause floods, which make the situation worse. When the ground shakes, it sometimes causes displacements on the surface. It displaces big rocks, which may block the flow of the river. The collected river water floods the low-lying surrounding areas. When earthquakes occur in the seas and oceans, They displace large amounts of water and generate very high waves called tsunamis. These waves are up to 30 meters high and travel at very high speeds. Your chances of survival are close to nil if you were to stand facing one of these monster waves. One such example is the 2004 tsunami, which originated in the Indian Ocean. This was among the worst natural disasters, which killed over 230,000 people from 14 countries bordering the Indian Ocean. In the mountains, landslides are a hazard which may follow earthquakes. In the event of an earthquake, rocks develop cracks and come loose due to displacement. These loose rocks roll down mountain slopes and cause landslides, which are disastrous. One such example of a landslide is when an earthquake of magnitude 6.9 on Richter scale hit Sikkim in September 2011. This earthquake caused several landslides in many parts of Sikkim. So now, if you hear about an earthquake, you know what to expect and how to best prepare yourself for its devastating effects. In this module, you have learned major hazards of earthquakes, loss of life and property, flood, tsunami, fire and landslide. Hazardous effects of earthquakes.
As you see the video in our previous point, there you see the earthquake happened, and due to the earthquake the tsunamis also happened, and what the effect of the human beings or natures, or you can say people, each and everything are affected due to this natural disaster. Now we are discuss about the disaster caused by human actions. Okay, that are the natural disaster. Now we discuss the disaster caused by human actions. That means the man-made disaster. Okay, sometimes human actions led to terrible disaster that have an immediate effect. Often the impact is only understands after long periods of time. And here are the two examples I can give in here. Number one, that is accidental disaster, and number two, that is interference with natures. Accidental disaster as example I can say the oil spill on sea or the oceans. Like oil spill are the examples of the people man-made disaster. Like a giant tanker carrying crude oil got damaged, and the sea was streaked black with the crude oil that leaked out, and the oil traveled with the waves. When the waves reached land, the coast were blackened with oils, and water birds swimming or the paddling in the sea got covered with the sticky black oil and were unable to use their wings. Many of the birds are died due to these reasons. Okay, acha, another is interference with nature. Interference with nature means sometimes people do not realize what the effect of their actions could be, and when they interference with the natural chains of life. Like as an example I can say Australia, the island continent, had no rabbits. In the 19th century, some Europeans brought wild rabbit to Australia. They spread rapidly to the continent because they could eat the vegetables growing there. And this is what happened then. They are large amount of the local plant were destroyed and become extinct. Okay. Now we discuss the impact of interference with the natures. Okay, so first, due to the rapid growth of rabbits on Australia, the large amount of the local plants were destroyed and being extinct. And because the plants were lost, habitat of the local Australian animal also the destroyed. The loss of the plant and also led erosions of the soil, and the eroded soil blocked the rivers and waterway. Okay. In the last 2 centuries, human beings have been affected the environment due to the science and technology made great advance, and these advance have a great effect on people as well as on the earth's surface. Okay, now thank you everybody. If you have any queries regarding this topic, then you can contact me. Next day we will discuss others topic from this chapter. Okay, thank you.